Marcus Rashford out, who was doing well for being late, obviously in the Wolves game, obviously the way in which the Cristiano Ronaldo situation was dealt with. Harry Maguire, his captain, had obviously been left out. They are massive decisions and courageous ones, and they could have gotten it easily wrong and gone the other way. But what he's done is assumed control in the club, and I think that at a football club, you think of Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, there's no doubt that they're the most important figure in the football club. And Erik ten Hag today, I say today, the last few months, I think has just taken control of Manchester United. The fans love the team again, and you saw the cheer that the fans gave him, by the way. They love those players, they love Casemiro, they love Rashford, but when he went and lifted the trophy, there was no doubt who they think the most important person is.
You've all played under some of the greatest managers the game has seen. If they're authentic, they get the players on side, don't they? And he strikes me in every way. I would have said the same if Eddie Howard was as well, by the way.
Passionate,
authentic.
Mark, he's passionate. You can feel it. You know, he just won the Carabao Cup. He's coming here, talking about his players, his staff, and this is the most important for him. And the way he talks about football, the way he talks about people, is about his heart, his passion about the game. And this is what Manchester United need.
I think it's honesty. I think if you've got a manager that you feel's honest and being honest with you and being honest with the group, you get the best out of the players that you've got in your dressing room. And I think he's an honest man, and I think you can see that rubbing off on the players.
Do you know what's unbelievable? His substitutions are unbelievable, by the way. In the last few months, he hasn't put a foot wrong. He's brave with them, taking Wan-Bissaka off, Weghorst at half-time on Thursday. Everything seems to work. He brings Anthony on, he scores. Even in the second half, when Sabitzer and McTominay come in, I thought, oh, it's a bit of a defensive move, but actually Manchester United from that point got better in an attacking sense. He really reads the game well off the bench. He's fantastic at that.
But that's credit to the players as well. Lads coming off the bench, obviously the goals, not just over the last few weeks since the start of the season, lads coming off the bench shows you that there's a proper spirit in the camp. Some players come on, they can be upset, but lads are coming on and having an influence in their games and they're not disappointed. So that reflects where the group is, and they're obviously a happy bunch. We've been critical of them over the last few years. I said they were a hard team to like over the last few years. No, I like what I see with this group of players, and obviously certainly what the manager's doing. And when you're winning week in, week out, it does help.
Mark, honestly, we went to interview Erik ten Hag 4 days after the 4-0 against Brentford, and if you remember, he'd taken them for a run on the Sunday and gone out and taken them running, which was a bit old school. And at the time, I was thinking, I'm not sure this group of players are going to enjoy this. And at that point, he did assume control. They beat Liverpool on the Monday after, and that was a massive turning point. And I can't believe where we are now today from where we were, going back to that sort of 6 months ago when United lost 4-0 to Brentford. It was unthinkable that we'd be sat here with a trophy in the bank and thinking like this about this team, let alone the manager.
Plenty more.
Such a very good spirit in the team. Act as a team, but fight, give everything. We beat them, and it was not always, I would say, the best football, but I think it was effective.
They've also, all of them who we've spoken to have said, yes, we're going to enjoy this, but it's on to the next one, and this is just the start.
Yeah, but first you have to win the first one, and that is what we did today. And I think you get a lot of inspiration of this, but also more confidence that we can do it. And I think we are still in a start to restore Man United there where it belongs, and that is to winning trophies. And yeah, this is the first one.
It seems to me that there is an amazing spirit amongst the players. Do you have a secret? Did you change things in the dressing room?
What you see, it is true. They are really good connected with each other. They challenge each other as well. And that is a good dressing room.
Training
needs to be. But in the moment, it's difficult. They help each other out. And it's great to see. And I think it's the best what a manager can get.
Eric, the end of last season was so difficult for a lot of these players playing for Manchester United. Are you surprised at how well they're doing so early in your reign at the club?
The question was said more times. I don't know, I just want to win. And we invest from the start of the season with the staff. I think I want to say that the staff did an incredible good job. With the players, and also staff and players, they are together. And together also you see with the fans,
we can see that.
It's really surprising how the fans, and they stay, and there was really a hungerness and a desire for trophies, because Man United, you know that, stands for trophies.
Eric,
forget that. Champagne tonight? Is it champagne for just the manager and the staff?
The manager, staff, players. We have West Ham, big game on Wednesday. Yeah.
Will you be doing any more dancing? If you just want to take a look at the screen here,
I did.
There was just a little bit of celebratory dancing at the end with Anthony and Martinez. A bit more dancing tonight, Eric.
You should resign after that. You should resign tonight.
Never. I did before. We have a history with that.
Okay.
So, and we hope we can do it.
It's just Roy Keane saying
I know.
that.
Thank you. I hope we can do it more often.
Just one on Casemiro, who got player of the match today and seems to have made such a difference at the club, both on and off the field.
I said before the game, Rafa Varane, Casemiro, David De Gea, they know how to win trophies. And you need such lads on the pitch to point the team, to coach the team, to organize the team. And not only so for tactical perspective, but also especially mental perspective is so important. And the winning attitude, they have to bring it in the dressing room, they have to bring it in the team, and in difficult situations, they have to handle. That is what they did again.
I'm told Sir Alex Ferguson's waiting in the tunnel to say congratulations, so we better let you go. Okay, Eric, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Eric Ten Hag with us as he says thank you to everybody. We'll take your mic. What do you say?
I just want to say it's massive for us to be involved in these type of games, and it's something that we've missed as a club. So yeah, the fact that we've come all this way and we've went on and won it, it's a massive feeling, but hopefully it pushes us now to keep going.
You can sense that just watching the celebrations, and in fact how people are talking, that there's a mixture of elation but also a determination.
Yeah, definitely the hungers to have more moments like this, and you know, I've been in finals where we've won and where we've lost, and you know, when you win them, it's massive for the club, it's massive for us as individuals, and it's part of our history in the club, and you know, we want to keep adding to that.
Marcus, it was touch and go about whether he was going to play today. I think a lot of the Newcastle fans
inside, and this is where it was most players in the inside, while going outside, crossing the ball and putting more ball into the box.
And part of that reason is, if ever a winger had a one-on-one, Casemiro is probably there to help out the fullback. It was the position that you played. When you watch Casemiro, what do you admire about him?
I think he's football intelligence. For a guy who's won everything in the game, he's got the hunger, desires, come to United again. For me, that's just, again, football intelligence, decision making, when to pass it, where to pass, when to dive in, when to give a foul away. He's obviously scoring goals. His quality is where to pass. I think that's surprised everybody since he's come to the club. But these are all the things I expected from him. I think, again, and maybe the surprise has been his attacking play. But there you go, he's doing all the ugly side of the game. And then when the ball goes into the right area, again, a guy who's won a lot in the game, still have that hunger and desire to win a trophy. And he looks like, obviously as good as a player he is, looks like a big personality.
I just want to say it's massive for us to be involved in these type of games, and it's something that we've missed as a club. So yeah, the fact that we've come all this way and we've went on and won it, it's a massive feeling, but hopefully it pushes us now to keep going.
You can sense that just watching the celebrations, and in fact how people are talking, that there's a mixture of elation but also a determination.
Yeah, definitely the hunger's to have more moments like this, and you know, I've been in finals where we've won and where we've lost, and you know, when you win them, it's massive for the club, it's massive for us as individuals, and it's part of our history in the club, and you know, we want to keep adding to that.
Marcus, it was touch and go about whether he was going to play today. I think a lot of the Newcastle fans didn't want to see you out there, but how are you feeling right now in terms of the injury?
I said I'm happy right now, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm buzzing with the result. You know, I think the boys and the staff have all put a lot of work in to get here. So yeah, to go on and win it, it's a massive feeling.
I thought you should have got the second goal. They were obviously saying it was an OG. I was fighting your corner.
He might not know that yet.
You're clear, of course, yeah, just check it. Right, good luck.
Over the last few weeks, we've seen a real fluidity amongst the attacking players at Manchester United. Has that taken a lot of work in training? Is it something that's just clicked?
I think it's a mixture of both, really. I think the manager wants us to play attacking football, and with that it comes us having to mix positions and get close to each other on the pitch. So it's something that we've definitely worked on, but at the same time I think it's natural for a lot of our forward players to want to move into them positions and change.
Just a couple of quick ones more. Casemiro got player of the match today. What kind of difference has he made both on and off the field?
Yeah, I think he makes a huge difference. You know, one, his leadership and experience in big games is huge for us, and I've spoke to some of the forward lads, and when he's on the pitch you feel that sense of security behind, and you know, it's massive for us, and you know, I'm buzzing for him today. His first trophy for the club. So yeah, hopefully he can push us now to keep winning more.
Barcelona on Thursday, Carabao Cup final today, West Ham on Wednesday night in the FA Cup, Liverpool next Sunday. That's what you want?
Yeah, you know, we want to be involved in a lot of games, and that means we've got to stay in the competition. So if you want to win things, we have to keep pushing and keep going for the whole thing.
Okay, you win cups to go celebrate, not talk to us. Go on, Marcus, go celebrate with your teammates. Let's get some more reaction.
Eddie, a painful one. How do you assess that?
Nearly game for us, really. I thought there was a lot of good in our performance today. Not enough good to win the match, obviously, and for all the ball that we had, especially in the second half, we couldn't really break Manchester United down. I think we did have chances, and we didn't take any of them, and I think, of course, disappointed with the 2 goals we conceded.
It felt almost as if the goals came as a sucker punch when you were on top.
Yeah, I thought it was a good display for us in between both boxes. I thought we were excellent. You had both boxes to the game, and that's where the games are won and lost, and that's probably where we fell down today. But the effort and commitment of the players, again, I think, can't be questioned. I'm very, very proud of the effort given.
Well, the disappointment on their faces presumably is a good thing, because nobody was happy to be here today. This is very much where you want to be, but not just here to make up the numbers.
Yeah, I think the players are disappointed because they've grown accustomed to winning this season. We were determined to try and win today. As you say, we weren't here to celebrate getting here. We wanted to go one further and win the competition. We haven't. We're disappointed, and we have to analyse the game and try and improve.
It's probably very raw now, but the last couple of times Newcastle have been in a cup final, 98, 99, it felt as if there was never really a huge progression immediately. Do you feel like you've put foundations in place that this can be the stepping stone to something a lot bigger and a lot better?
We hope so. I think we have a long way to go to be the team that we want to be. But the effort given by all the players, staff, everyone connected with the club this season has been incredible. I'm very proud to lead the team. But we have high ambitions and we want to improve quickly, and yeah, we want this to become a regular thing for us. But there's no guarantee. The competition and the level is so high, so we have big challenges ahead.
If we were just to take like little moments, were you lucky not to get a penalty in that second half, do you think, when Fabien Cher went down?
I thought so at the time, but I'd need to see it. I haven't seen it again. I've only seen it live, and I thought that was a realistic shout for a pen, yes.
And if we're just pushing it on, what do you have to do now? Is your biggest challenge now lifting these players for the remainder of the Premier League season?
Yeah, I think there'll be a process to that. I think we'll have to lift them, but the group that I have, I've got no doubt we'll come back, we'll dust ourselves down, and we hope to come back a stronger team for this experience. As I say, between both boxes today, we were terrific. Certainly very competitive in the game. I didn't feel Manchester United were miles better than us today. The result is what the result is, and we have to give credit to our opposition, but I think there was positive signs for how competitive we can be.
Thanks, Eddie, much appreciated.
Yeah. I felt that they hadn't just, I think for half an hour they were in control of the game, Newcastle, but I did worry for them when sometimes in games you need to score, don't you? You need to capitalise on the possession and what you do with it, and they just weren't clinical enough. They've created 7 chances, I think they've hit the target once. This is the first goal. For me, I think the line is far too high. You don't really see it from that angle, from the other angle you do. Far too high, and for a free kick taker, I mean, I used to take them from the other side. That is just perfect for a free kick taker, because the keeper and the line, the defensive line, there's far too much space in between. You just put it in the space, and then it's a nightmare for defenders.
So where would you start? 6 yards and come out?
No, I'd start a little bit deeper.
Maybe I think it's a high line. It depends what you like as a team, and it depends what the coach wants.
Ancelotti likes to start.
Ancelotti, when he was at Everton, Richard, would put them on the 6-yard line because he liked them to be facing it.
Yeah, well, which way defenders don't like running towards the goal?
No, they don't. But most would set up like that. Maybe not as high up as that, but most would set up like that. The trouble with a free kick like this is 9 times out of 10 the right footer would take it.
Yeah,
the good thing about this one is they leave the left footer to play it, and so it's the best cross we've seen today by a million miles from Luke Shaw, right on the money, to be attacked, to be got at. I just don't get how many times Casemiro ends up in the end of these things. He's got such a desire when he goes in there.
I'm glad they didn't disallow it. I say again,
yes,
when it's this tight, we really shouldn't be looking for a toenail, should we?
We shouldn't be looking for a way to disallow it for a kneecap. No, or a toenail. No, you shouldn't. So the right decision was got, and that was harsh on Newcastle. They played really well, but we've talked before. Problem they've had is scoring goals in the last month or so. I've said to you before, they're just not getting enough.
Clear your heads, don't concede again, but that's not what happened. Keeper or not?
I want to be critical, because I think he should have stood up, but under the circumstances I won't.
Most keepers crouch anyway to get ready for it a little bit, and I don't think the deflection helps him in any way at all.
No, it doesn't, certainly doesn't, but I just think if he...
I know what you're going to say, if he stands up
a little, a little bit longer.
Hard though. Once you start to go down, it's very difficult to change. No, listen, I know because he's been the topic of every conversation for the last 10 days that people are going to go, see, there you go, Nick Pope would have saved that. He might have, but he might not have. Yeah. And that's the thing. I don't think you can say that's a glaring error from the goalkeeper. I really don't.
It's not a glaring error at all. You just feel if he'd have stood up that second longer, he might have given himself an opportunity to push it over. But
yeah, maybe. I think he's unlucky. I mean, listen, the deflection's really kind for Marcus Rashford. He doesn't hit the shot well at all. It's probably not even hitting the target, but the deflection causes all the problems.
When you're scoring goals, that's
that happens
for you, isn't it?
That happens.
That's how it goes.
That happens. Long way back now. It'll be interesting to see what Eddie Howe does.
Is there any way back?
Well, there's always a way back, Richard, at 2. But they have to get the next goal. That goes without saying.
This was brilliant.
Yeah.
Darlow had to pay to get back in here.
Yeah, we'll see it. But that's the only shot they've had on target the whole 45 minutes.
To get back.
I mean, they put some decent balls in the box. Newcastle, and you just feel if one. I mean, Dan Burns should have scored with a cross. You know, they just listen. The next goal is so important for both teams. Man United get it, that's it, it's over. If Newcastle get it, they're back in it. So it's so important, the next goal.
I just don't know how long you leave it. I mean, if it was me and it's a cup final, I might make a change now.
Throw Isak on.
I might get Isak on, and I might have to. I might even take St Maximin off.
Oh,
no,
or the other side.
No, you
or the
can't
other
take
side.
He can do something different.
Yeah.
Oh, Dallo plays for Manchester United.
No, he's on a booking, so I wouldn't take him off.
No, but the only thing, but he's not done enough for me, St Maximin. That's the only thing.
Yes, but he can do. He just
can do that.
We saw that in a flash.
I might get Isak on at the top end of the pitch with Callum Wilson.
No, I'm taking Wilson off, mate. If I'm putting Isak on.
No, you're not changing nothing.
I am. I'm getting a better player on. Much better player.
You're not changing anything. Give him something different to deal with.
I'm not taking St Maximin off.
Well, I'm taking one of them off.
I'm not.
I'm either taking him or Almiron off. There you go.
No, there's another one that might just do something.
Mate. Well, the mate's not good enough for the cup
Wilson
final.
at the moment.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام